Mr. Senate President, let me speak with a little bit of emotion, hearing from what Senator Oji have just said. And looking at these red chambers, I seem to be the only one from the southeast on this side of the aisle. And
so for now,
Mr. President, this bill is very important. It should be a reassuring bill to give these Southeasterners, these people, a sense of belonging. Mr. Senate President, when we talk about Southeast, let me put it succinctly clear to my colleagues. There's this undefined impression that lingers in the minds of the people. But let me tell you that if today you ask, who are the true Nigerians and peace-loving Nigerians? It's Southeast. These are the only group of people you can find everywhere, even in the village of Shetima. There's no place you can go in this country without finding an Igbo man. And wherever you see him, he's building bridges of friendship and frontiers of brotherhood, helping to develop the economy of the area. So whatever is given to Southeast, is given to Nigeria. I do not know in my village how many Southwesters, how many Northerners are in my village. But there's no village you can go without finding an Igbo man. So when we talk about unity of Nigeria, Igbos contribute 75% on the unity of this country. But yet, they are the most misunderstood people. Let me also speak with passion and appeal on their behalf for the first time. I've risen here to speak on behalf of North Central, Northwest, Southwest, and others. First time I'm speaking on behalf of the Igbos. That this feeling of neglect and marginalization by the Southeast needs to be corrected somehow. Of recent, is a $22.7 billion that came to this nation as known, and nothing is being traced to the Southeast. It's painful. And the Igbos are beginning to feel neglected, rejected in a nation they think they are part of. I think this red chamber should assuage their fears and concern. It looks like whatever something comes for the Southeast, is viewed with kind of eyes that makes them feel that they're not part and parcel of the system. Mr. Senate President, I want to appeal, even in all that we do, today as I speak to you, even in these hollow chambers, if you look at the appointments and what we have done, the Southeast still feel, and sometimes they can't express it. While I agree that every zone should have their commission, I support North Central Commission, Northwest Commission, Northeast Commission, Southwest Commission. I support all of them. I even support South-South Commission because NDDC Commission should not replace South-South Commission. Just like NDEC should not replace.
Did you hear what the leader of the South-South said? No, he said Senator Peter Nwobushi will be coming to present their case, so speak for Southeast Development Commission.
Mr. Senate President, you know, we have gotten to a point in our nation's history where we must discuss of the things that will unite all of us. I didn't come to Senate particularly to speak for Southeast alone. I came to speak for the well-being of Nigerians. But for this particular case, I'm just saying what is good is good. I think if this red chamber can do a lot by correcting the feelings. Let me tell you, Mr. Senate President, you might not know, the Southeast are not very, very excited anymore. If you go to the Southeast, you don't see the presence of federal government as it should be. And you see this recent loan of 27 billion without my state, Imo, and without any Southeast in it.
I think at this point I will correct the error in what you are saying. It's not 27 billion. It's 22.7, so that the press does not go to town to say that we passed 27 billion.
Whether 22 or 27, 22.7, the issue remains that this group of people are not carried along. And so, for them to even stand up to ask for this commission is very key. But let me say something. Let me reveal a secret to this nation. If you're talking about scientific development, technological development, look at the Southeast. These gentlemen, without nothing, they can make something. It's a gift of God to them. This nation not to support these people, to contribute their quota to the development of Nigerian nation. And if every part of this country is allowed to do what they do best, it will get. When I was governor, I remember I told Badero, governor of Jigawa, I said, can we have an exchange program? Please give me farmers who don't know how to farm to help me develop the agricultural sector of my economy. Let me give you...
Distinguished, you can now round up.
So let me go straight to my senators.
You have 1 minute to round up.
Senator Odwa's bill. Mr. Senate President, yesterday I said, let her do whatever she can do to help us get something for the Southeast. These are not bills she has presented. Let all support it. And support every other zonal commission so that this nation can move forward. Thank you.
That is going on in Where West local government, Guma local government, and Logo local government in Benue State. And it is the same kind of killing that we are witnessing in Wukari and Takum local governments. It is targeted against a particular ethnic nationality, which is my own people. And I don't understand why responsible people elected to control the governments of Nigeria will simply turn away from the reality of facing this matter squarely. And the governor of a state would even deny that there is no militia in his state, and yet there are people who are armed and are killing people as they like. And the Inspector General will fly by helicopter to a town, land in the market square, and be asking people whether there is militia in this town or not. And nobody whatsoever seemed to call anyone to order. I think this is very, very sad indeed. We have done enough of minute silence for innocent Nigerians being killed. And I think it has come to a stage where we must begin to find ways of doing something about this. Maybe the advice of some nationalists to the people to find ways of protecting themselves may not be out of order. Because a government that cannot protect people and a military whose presence in any particular place means the killing of certain ethnic nationalities they do not believe in, it's a very, very sad development. And I think that this Senate will continue to live to its reputation by condemning this kind of action decisively, and in whatever way they can, do something about it through the committees that I have set to handle this matter. Mr. President, I second this motion and pray that our colleagues support it wholeheartedly and also support us with ideas on how we can deal with this issue. Otherwise, we are beginning to see a nation divided along tribal lines where there are lords and there are slaves. And lords order the military forces to kill those who are supposed to be slaves. And you know, if there is no justice, there cannot be peace. And the people who think that a lord will be able to sleep peacefully in his house are wasting their time. And very shortly, the slaves will rise up and we will see a complete showdown where the slaves will fight back, because lords cannot kill slaves and go back and remain in the comfort of their homes and simply laughing and smiling and enjoying the wealth of this nation, while those who toil are being killed like goats